Hi Mr Smith, how are you doing? I got the message that you're concerned that you've got a chest infection and that perhaps you need some antibiotics to make it go away and get better. Looking at you just now, hopefully I can reassure you that it's not in your chest and that an antibiotic perhaps isn't the best thing for us to be giving you straight away. For all of us who are otherwise young, fit and healthy, we know that about 90% of these infections are viral, they're not bacterial, and antibiotics really don't make any difference at all to that. So for us who are still young, fit and healthy, and I hope that I'm still relatively young, but when we get an infection, a respiratory infection like this, then in general it takes about a week, 10 days or so for your system to kill the infection by itself, and then another week or 10 days for the symptoms to go away and you stop feeling like and having to clear your throat, cough, that kind of thing. I can see that you don't have any pus in your tonsils, for example, and no pus coming out of your ear. If a doctor did find that you had pus in your tonsils or in your ear, then it may be a good idea to take an antibiotic, but in general terms, if it's red and raw in your throat, but there's no pus there, then there's not a great deal of point taking antibiotics. You'll see from the little machine I put on your finger that what's called your oxygen saturation is actually very good. It's sitting at 98%, and your breathing rate is normal. There's no signs of any other serious illness, and I feel this is just a routine viral infection that you've picked up, and to be honest, the best thing for that is just go home, take it easy, rest, plenty of fluids, paracetamol, Ormol, Brufen, and any cough bottle that you like, and really ride it out. But I don't think an antibiotic is going to make a great deal of difference to this, and if you did take an antibiotic for this, you run the risk of getting things like getting thrush, or interacting with some of the other tablets that you're on, like your statin tablet. So I think the best thing to do is to go home, rest, take it easy for the rest of the week, see how things go, and if things are not getting better, then you'll come back and see me anytime and we can have another chat.
Looking for a perfect remedy for your cough, cold, flu or sore throat? Don't get scratchy if your doctor won't prescribe antibiotics. Antibiotics aren't always the answer. Take a catnap, paracetamol, and drink plenty of fluids instead. You should be feeling fine in no time. Take care, not antibiotics.
Oh, my love is like a red nose that newly burned in June. Sunburn is quite painful, can make your skin like a prune. Use Factor 50, my bonny lass, if in the sun you lie, and I will do the same, my bonny dear, so we don't blister and cry. To stop your eyes from going dry, and not to squint with the sun. Your sunglasses will make your eyes strong, as your eyelids can also burn. And keep your tap on, my bonny love, and sit in the shade for a while. Scotland's sun is rare, my bonny love, it can burn you in a short while.
When you're ill, you'll do anything to feel better, searching high and low for a solution. But if you think antibiotics will help with a cough, cold, flu or sore throat, then you're barking up the wrong tree. Coughs, colds, flu or sore throats nearly all get better on their own. Take care, not antibiotics.
I just wanted to say thanks. You did well. All those times we spent together, playing hide and seek, making up bedtime stories.
Just talking about life. Will stay with me for a long time.
You made smiling and laughing something I'll never lose.
'Cause you knew how important it was, right from the very start.
Playing, talking and reading with your young children can make them happier and healthier now and in the future. For lots of fun ideas, visit playtalkread.org.
Feel like a lame duck? If you have a cough, cold, flu or sore throat, don't ask for antibiotics. Use antibiotics only when recommended by a doctor. With rest, paracetamol and plenty of fluids, getting better can be like water off a duck's back. Take care, not antibiotics.
I was given the best possible start in life. My mum made sure she was really healthy before she had me. You need to be really healthy before you have a baby. Don't smoke, don't drink alcohol, eat healthy food, keep fit and make sure you're at a healthy weight. When my mum found out she was having me, she knew just what to do. She called the midwife. She met her midwife a lot for help and advice. Her midwife made sure she stayed really healthy and took enough vitamins. When I was a baby, my mum knew just what to do when I was hungry. She held me close when feeding me and made me feel safe and nurtured. Breast milk is really healthy, always ready, and doesn't cost anything. My mum would call her midwife for help and support. This is my special red book. It shows my story from when I was born. It shows my family how healthy I am and how much I've developed and grown. It goes with me to the doctor, the clinic, the dentist, and even when I started nursery. My health visitor writes about me in my red book. She says I did really well at my checkup when I was 2.5. The Child Health Programme is for every child in Scotland, including me. It helps my family make sure I'm growing properly. I'm healthy, happy and safe. And if I'm not, everyone helps me to get better. Thank you everyone for giving me the best possible start to life. Lanarkshire is a great place to grow up. You can give your child the best possible start too. Ask your midwife or health visitor.
Don't get prickly if your doctor won't prescribe you antibiotics. They don't work for many colds, coughs, flu or sore throats. Try plenty of fluids and paracetamol and curl up and rest. Take care, not antibiotics.
Meet Hilary.
My mum was on a hospital ward and there was no phone, so we couldn't speak. So I went on the patient opinion website and told my story.
Meet Brian.
When I was diagnosed with bowel cancer, it was the nurses that helped me to accept what I was being told. I wanted to let them know what they did for me and to keep doing it for the next patient. So I told my story on the patient opinion website.
Your story comes to us at Patient Opinion. We send your story anonymously to just the right staff so that they can hear what you think. They can share it with other staff so that they keep doing the good things and change the things that need changing. Hilary told us,
The next day the hospital put a phone for patients on my mum's ward. I think my story is rather dull, it's about phones, but I think it made a difference, not just for my mother, but for other visitors and patients in that ward.
We hear hundreds of stories from across the country, and, together, we're all making healthcare better. What's your story? Tell us about your experience of using health services at patientopinion.org.uk or give us a call on 0800 122 3135.
sick as a parrot. A little bird told me that most coughs, colds, flu and sore throats nearly all get better on their own. Try rest, plenty of fluids and over-the-counter remedies such as paracetamol instead. You should be sitting pretty in no time. Take care, not antibiotics.
Older folk in your family need to watch their bowels. Cancer can be sneaky, like a ninja on the prowl. So listen to the song and get it in their head to make sure they don't end up dead. You can spot the strangest things falling out your bum.
Sweet corn,
a marble,
7-year-old chewing gum.
Little gifts from stomach heaven come in many shapes. Some are big as logs, some are small as grapes. Cancer can't be seen, so you have to take the test. It's a simple task to take, to put your mind at rest. Tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your second Uncle Vlad. There's no need to be sad, it might not be so bad when they're next on the loo. Tell them what to do. Spin yourself around and test your latest poo. Test your poo, test your poo, test your poo, test your poo. Spin yourself around and test your latest poo. Test your poo, test your poo, test your poo, test your poo. Spin yourself around and test your latest poo. It shouldn't take a marching band to tell you what to do. So on their cue, just listen what to do. A 1, a 2, you've got to test your poo. Test your poo, test your poo, test your poo, test your poo. Now you've heard it through, next time you're on the loo, you know what to do. Test your poo, test your poo, test your poo. Don't be absurd, test your turd. Don't be snobby, test your jobby.
Remember, I was always there for you, no matter what came along.
And I try to keep you on the right side of technology. We are a good team, Dad.
That's what matters. I know you're always there for me.
Power of Attorney helps you to continue to look after those you love. Make your plan today.
Some of you may know this already, but my mum died of breast cancer. So that's why I want to do anything I can to make sure that more women find it early. And that means telling all of you about this, breast screening. Now, when I first got my invitation to go for a breast screening, I didn't really know what it was all about. And maybe you're feeling that way as well. So that is why I am going to take you around the breast screening unit and show you what it's all about. Come with me. Hello, I'm looking for Mary.
That's me. Hi there, how are you?
Very nice to see you.
You too.
I brought my form and everything. Now,
Lovely.
Mary is going to show me around this whole unit here, aren't you?
I certainly am.
And explain what goes on. And you're going to do my screening as well, aren't you?
Yes, lucky me.
So, Mary, I want a serious question. Why do you think it's really important that women come along and get their breast screened?
It's important to come for breast screening because when we do the mammogram, we're picking up very, very small cancers, which you may not feel or see until it may be much later. And the earlier we pick them up, the less invasive the treatment could be and the better the outcome.
And it could save a life.
It could save your life, definitely.
When are you first asked to come along then?
We start inviting women within 3 years of their 50th birthday. So you could be 50, you could be 53, depending on when we screen your practice. And we'll continue inviting you every 3 years until you're 70. So it's very important that you take this opportunity. And if the times don't suit you, you can change them. Just make another appointment.
Right, let's do it.
Let's go then. Right, I'll take you through and we'll get you changed first of all. What I need you to do is take your top off, take your bra off, your top back on.
Oh, right, so I don't walk through there naked?
Not today, we don't.
That's very good.
And then I'll take you straight through to the x-ray room.
Brilliant, thank you. Now, this looks quite a machine, quite a piece of equipment here. You can understand why women, if they walk down and saw that, think, oh, what's that going to do? And they get a wee bit nervous about it. So explain to me exactly what happens now.
Well, as you can see, this is the x-ray machine, very state-of-the-art, the most modern equipment.
Is it?
Yes.
Only the best for Scottish women, of course, yes. So what happens then now?
Well, what happens is your breast will be placed in the machine and held firmly in place with this part of the X-ray
Right,
machine.
okay, how does that work? So
this works, I'll just show you this coming down on my hand.
Ah, right.
And then it releases as soon as I take the X-ray. So you're not clamped in it.
Why does that come down and flatten like that then?
It has to hold the breast in place because we obviously don't want it to move during the X-ray. But it also spreads the tissue out, separates it so we can see what's going on inside the breast a wee bit
So
better.
you get a much clearer
picture. It releases as soon as the X-ray is taken.
So as soon as the X-ray is taken, it's off. So it's literally seconds that your breast is in there, right? Okay. And is it only ever women that do the tests for
Yes,
breastfeeding?
it's only female staff. If you want me to stop at any time, just say so.
Right, so what happens now?
Well, I'll go around to the computer and put in some details, and when I'm doing that, you take your top off and we'll get going, will we?
Yes, okay, here goes.
Okay.
Right. Oh wait, you don't get to see this bit. No, look away. Okay, Mary, let's do it.
Okay, Elaine, right. And I'm just going to position your breast onto the machine.
Okay.
If you can turn your head and look
And
round.
keep it that way?
Look round this way, that's perfect. Just keep your shoulder leaning over here, that's lovely. And keep looking that way.
Now, does it hurt?
It can be a wee bit tight, but it shouldn't be painful.
See, it's strange, I've had this done before, but you still get nervous, don't you?
You do, don't you? And a wee bit of compression on your breast.
Okay.
Now, that's as bad as it gets. I'll just go and take the X-ray.
Okay.
Keep very, very still for me. Fine, nice and still now. And that's it all done.
Is that it?
That's it, taken.
See, easy, no bother.
I'll just change the position of the machine now and we'll go on and do the other films, okay?
Brilliant. It's a squish. Right, Mary, that's me. That wasn't too bad,
All
actually.
sorted, good, good.
Now, what are you looking for? What are you hoping to find?
We're hoping to find nothing. Most of the time everything's perfectly normal. Occasionally we find big lumps or small lumps. Sometimes we find something that we have no way of telling if it could harm you in the future.
What happens now then for me?
You will receive your results in about 3 weeks. I'll give you this wee leaflet and that tells you about all the types of letter you can receive. Okay?
Right.
So keep an eye on your breasts.
I will, I promise.
And I'll give you that leaflet and it may help you.
That's an excellent leaflet, but you must be sick looking at her. Don't say a word.
Not at all.
Don't say a word. Thanks, Mary.
Bye.
Thank you, bye. Well, there you are, girls. That's what happens when you go for breast screening. I choose to do this because it could save my life. But remember, we've got to check between screenings as well. So please, don't get scared. Get screened.
There's a disease that kills 3 women a day in the UK.
I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. I had 5 months of chemotherapy, as well as a radical hysterectomy.
It's a disease that can shatter lives.
I lost my job, I lost my hair, and I lost my fertility. It was destroying. You can get a smear test before it develops into cancer and not have to go through what I've had to go through.
For more information, visit joestrust.org.uk.
It happened to me, and it could happen to you.
When you smoke indoors, your second-hand smoke lingers in the air. You can't see or smell it, but it's there.
Every time you smoke, you breathe out second-hand smoke. The particles are so small, 85% of them are invisible and odourless.
The harmful chemicals move easily from room to room.
Second-hand smoke contains more than 4,000 toxic chemicals. Smoking near an open window doesn't protect your family because the tiny particles drift all through your house.
Hanging around for up to 5 hours after your last cigarette.
Smoking in a different room with the door shut isn't enough to protect your kids from the harmful effects of second-hand smoke.
Kids breathe faster than adults.
Children of all ages are vulnerable to the toxins in second-hand smoke because their airways are smaller and they breathe faster.
And because your child breathes faster than you, they'll breathe more of those harmful chemicals. You can choose whether your child breathes second-hand smoke or clean air. So, for your kids' sake, don't smoke indoors. Take it right outside.
Our health depends on antibiotics.
If we overuse and misuse them like this light bulb, they won't work when we really need them. So follow your doctor's advice. Cold or flu, take care, not antibiotics.